Hi. Do you like music? What's up, audio production? So this is going to be an explanation of some basic mixing this week. We've already done our commercials, hopefully. If you haven't done that, you might get on it because it was due like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, but I'll still work with you. Get it into me as soon as possible, please. We're going to kind of build on that project a little bit and do some basic just signal processing, some automation, mixing, things like that. And then I'll tell you kind of specifically what I want you to do in an email or through D2L. This is just kind of an explanation. So what I'm going to do is I am going to try to focus this thing on the computer. And hopefully you can see everything fairly well. If not, then I guess that's just no good. Let me turn this stuff off and hopefully you can see just a little bit better. It's like Disney Studios all up in here. I apologize if the focus goes in and out a few times. That may happen from time to time just depending on what's going on. So one of your classmates has very graciously allowed me to use his project as an example. So thank you, Bo, and I appreciate that a lot. I'm noticing as I come in here, you guys are figuring out buttons that I was not even sure existed in Pro Tools, okay? Congratulations, that's a step in the right direction. Now, I'm just teasing. I want you in here, you know, pushing buttons. I want you doing things, experimenting, seeing what's going on. Sometimes it's a little tricky when you do start hitting buttons, just because, like for instance, a little bit ago, I was trying to get something to work and somebody managed to change every single input and output on this rig. And I don't even know how you do that. Like you got to try really hard to do that all at once. But congratulations, maybe you can teach me what magic button you hit that was kind of like the destroy everything button. So that being said, mostly all of your projects for some reason are super small. Each track is really small and I don't know how we managed to load that, but we're going to go to track height and go to medium on all these just so we can see what is going on. When they're too small, we can't see what's going on. So I'm going to go through here, making them medium, I think, for the most part. See, track height, medium. We won't work with all of these today, but we'll do a few. Okay, so now we can actually see all the different options within Pro Tools here as far as like waveform and some of just the automation reading and things like that. So what you're seeing here in Pro Tools is the mix window. The mix window is where you see all of your little sound waves and things like that. Remember, these are complex sine waves, and when you zoom in really close, you start to see sine waves. Remember your last fun sheet, we talked about sine waves. That's super zoomed in. A complex sound wave is just multiple sine waves stacked on top of each other. And that's why we kind of talk about all those different properties of sound, is because we're seeing it right here. So in Pro Tools, to get between the two main windows, there's a shortcut that is Control equals. Hi, my pompadour is, it's kind of average today. It could be better, could be worse. Anyway, sorry. So Control equals is going to get you to the mix window. So the mix window is where you're going to see all of the various like faders, panning knobs, and things like that. So hopefully you've watched the video before this. Hopefully I made the video before this that actually explains like what panning is and things like that. And we'll go from there. So, all right, the first thing we're going to talk about is how to automate. So automate is literally making things go automatically, like volume, panning, you know, just various, whatever it is, it's doing it automatically. They used to tell a joke when I was in recording school that, like, you know, there's analog and there's digital, and when you use your fingers, it's digital automation because you're making it do it with your digits. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thanks. Probably went about as well as it would have in class on the video. So, okay, anyway, moving on. Automation. What do I want to do? I'm going to pretend that I want to automate. I want to automatically make this first track do something with volume. So if you look over here where it says audio 3, one thing I would recommend doing, guys, is starting to name each of your tracks just so you can kind of keep your poop in a group, so to speak. If I double click audio, I'm going to name this Dialogue 1. And in the comments I can put anything I want, like recorded on an Audix mic, or no wait, it's an Audio Technica. Audio Technica. That's where I would put, like, you know, when you start getting sessions that have multiple microphones, keeping everything solid, that's where you're going to want to put that stuff. You know, what microphone did I use? What was the placement on this thing? Just, you know, if you're like me, you're so worried about your music and things like that that you're not really sure, you know, what you did. I'm going to try to make this level real fast. So, level. Is that level? It's kind of level. Maybe even get in a little more ski. Okay. Righteous, you see that? We together? Are you awake? Do you know where you are? I don't know where I am. No big deal though. Anyway, so name your tracks. I named that one Dialogue 1 just for fun. So that's the one that we're gonna talk about. All right, down here, where is my automation? Okay, so where it says waveform, that is essentially where you're going to choose what automatically gets adjusted. So on this one, I want to do the volume. I want to make this thing automatically go up and down. This is not actually a very wise creative decision on my part, because I mean, Bowen really probably doesn't want to automate this part, but I'm doing it just to show you. So I clicked on the left, I went to volume, and then it brings up this black line right here. And I'm gonna go up here and grab my grabber tool. Excuse me, that's the hand. So this black line is indicating how loud it is. If I hit Control equals, if I go to Dialogue 1, that is still at 0. That's called unity gain. He's not adding nor is he subtracting anything from that volume. It's at unity, it's at 0. It is spitting out just as much as he put into this track. So I'm gonna solo it. We have record, solo, and mute, or arm, I guess. I'm gonna solo it and see what it sounds like.
Hi, my name's Greg Johnson, and I'm here to tell you about my favorite thing in the world.
And he follows it up saying Lee is what his favorite thing is. So that was cool, you know, perfect volume, but I want to destroy it with automation because why? That's what we're learning today. So in order to automate the volume, in order to make this go automatically, you have to make breakpoints. There's these little dots when you click on them. It creates breakpoints. And if you ever create a breakpoint by clicking on it, you don't want it. Pro Tools is awesome because you can just hit Control Z and it undoes it, or Control Y redoes it. So I clicked on there and I made a breakpoint, and then I'm going to make another breakpoint right here, and then now I can adjust where this is going to go. So just for the sake of education, I'm going to bring it all the way down, and I'll show you what it means. As you watch this timeline go, it should get softer.
Hi, my name's Greg Johnson, and I'm here to tell you about
Righteous? Sweet. Let's do something a little more wacky with it. I'm going to bring my breakpoint. Why is it doing that? That's not fun. I'm not happy. Oh no! Okay, so we hit Control Z. Why? Because in Pro Tools it's Righteous. It does a cool thing. All right, make a breakpoint. Why is it not making a breakpoint? Oh, there it is. Okay. We're going to go up and down.
Hi, my name's Greg Johnson, and I'm here to tell you about my favorite thing in the world.
You notice it jumped up really far at that point. So we just automated volume. Now, is that really probably very artistic? No. Maybe he would want to do it down here instead. We'll grab our little selector thing, go down here. That was a thing. We won't do that one. Okay. This. So that was actually really tasty how he automated that, but I want it to fade out for me. So I'm gonna go to volume, I'm gonna make a breakpoint, get my grabber tool, clicky right there, and it's gonna fade out relatively quickly. So that is how you would automate that. Panning would be the same thing, so you know what panning is because you listened to the lecture before this, right? Did you? Did I make it? I actually didn't yet, but I promise I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that right in just a second, okay? I won't let you down. So I wanna automate the panning. Let's go volume, click. Well, we'll do it on, let's go to his, is there a wrap? Since it's not labeled, I don't know, but in his defense, he didn't know to label these.
8. Great. I rate it B and 8. We're the best. There's no test.
Okay, so disclaimer, this is Bowen, not me. What I want to do is I'm going to make his voice pan left and right automatically. I'm going to go to pan. Now we have full left, full right. Same drill. We're going to go up here. We're going to grab our little grabber tool. I'm going to set it right there. Well, no, that's not going to make any sense because it doesn't start till right here. So we're going to full left right there. Full left right here. And I'm going to change this also to, I think, spot. Maybe we'll go slip. I don't know what I want. We'll leave it where it is for now. Yeah, I like slip. Slip's going to allow us to pan at any given point where if it's on grid up here, it's only going to allow us to pan at certain points. So right now what I'm doing by creating these drag points, or these break points and dragging them, I'm going to be making his sweet rhymes go back and forth from left to right.
5 by 8. That shit's great. If I rate it B and 8, we're the best. There's no test. The other guys fold under stress. 5 by 8's not all we got. We got more paper than Michael Scott. Try and stop me.
So yeah, I think he's got a future in the rap industry. But at any rate, so that is automating the panning. If you were to go to your mix window, you could literally see this stuff happening. This is one of my favorite parts about Pro Tools. So there's your fader, like for the volume. I'm gonna hit go.
5 by 8. That shit's great.
And it's not there. We're gonna back it up, sorry. Control equals, that's your shortcut to get back and forth. You can watch it automate. Nothing happened.
8. That shit's great.
Oh, panning.
If I rate it B and 8, we're
It's automatically
best.
panning
There's no
it.
test. The other guy.
So the reason it didn't make any noise on dialogue is because I had audio 1 soloed, so yeah, that's a thing. There's going to be certain instances within your commercials that you don't necessarily want to automate things. You just want them higher or lower. That's one thing I noticed about your projects is that, first off, they were freaking hilarious. I loved them. But like, for instance, maybe your vocals are just way too buried the whole time. They're way too low. So if I come over here and I take this and I just raise it or lower it, it's going to permanently mix that at that level for you. So, you know, you wouldn't necessarily have to automate or anything like that. It's just a way of making it permanent. Righteous? Right on. All right, so we're gonna move on. We talked a little bit about the panning part. Now we're gonna maybe insert some effects. So up here in the inserts A through E, these are where you can put plugins. Plugins are pretty much where it's at as far as making things sound different and unique in your mix. They are what, oh my goodness, that whole time I hope you saw that, and I hope I didn't waste my time talking. You didn't see a darn thing. Oh boy, that could be scary. At any rate, so those inserts in there, come on, focus. You can do it. Focus. You can do it. You can do it. Maybe you can't. Maybe it's not a thing. Okay, there we go. So inserts, come on. Don't mind me, it's my first time. Maybe I'll just back it up just a hair. Can't tell what it's trying to focus on. I guess I'll go back and I'll see if it actually focused, and if not, I'll redo the whole darn thing. Okay. We good? It's gonna mess with us the whole time? Probably. Okay. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna do part 2 on inserts and make sure this thing didn't like unfocus the whole time. Peace.